This is Hello Glass with another glass artist interview. What is your name and are you a glass artist?
Banjo, and yes.
How long have you been making glass art and do you consider yourself a master?
I've been blowing glass about 13 years, maybe a little more. I started when my oldest daughter was about 6 months old, and she's 13 and a half now, so somewhere around in there. And as far as master, that's something I reserve that term for me referring to other people. I guess there's certain things I feel like I've mastered to some extent regarding techniques, but as far as having any kind of control or mastery of the medium, I see it as a lifelong process, and I hope I continue to feel like I'm learning and have places I can go for the whole stretch of my career.
Your favorite style or type of glass to create with?
Regarding styles, I guess I sort of gravitated into using full color. When I started working in '99, there was the original North Star palette. Not long after that, we started seeing the bright crayon-colored, cadmiums, glass alchemy colors, and then North Star followed suit. So I wasn't good enough when I started to keep up with the guys who were fuming, like Snodgrass, and that whole crew. I knew I wouldn't be able to learn it fast enough to get good. I guess the style I've always favored is full color. I've always liked to do a lot of shaping. Lately, it seems like I've been taking a lot of real popular, iconic images from pop culture and my childhood, toys, Transformers, Star Wars, stuff like that. Having fun creating some of those designs and concepts out of glass.
What state do you call home for your glass shop?
Pacific Northwest.
Do you own or work under a glass brand or an art name?
Not really, I guess.
Just Banjo?
I make pieces and my artist name is Banjo.
Do you make your living solely off glassworking?
Absolutely.
If you could make glass with anyone living, who would that person be?
I've had the good fortune to work with a lot of my heroes, and most recently I've worked with Robert Mickelson a lot, which is awesome. I'd like to probably work with, I don't know how it would work out, but Lucio is a big hero of mine too, but we have two different styles of glass. It'd be interesting to try and work with him. I guess basically there's 6 or 7 or 8 people who I started when I started. We'll start over on this question.
Hold on. If you could make glass with anyone living, who would that person be?
Well, I've always really enjoyed collaborating. I started working with several friends. We were all kind of learning glass at the same time. Shad, Drew, Chaz, Mike Fro. As far as now, I've had pretty good luck to work with a lot of my heroes. Robert Mickelson I've worked with, been able to work with Clinton, Darby, Scott Deppie. Just today I got to work with Bob Snodgrass, which for me was like, that's a bee's knees, absolute high point in my career. As far as people who I'd yet like to work with, there's a list that's too long for me to count. People who I meet just here and there who I like, my friends, whatever skill level, I just like working, and it's always more fun to have a couple buds in the shop doing it.
Awesome answer. What style or technique in glass is hardest for you to make?
I would say things out of clear glass are difficult for me to do, and I don't know if that's because I'm so used to my glass having a certain amount of color that it moves a little stiffer, a little slower, or that I'm afraid that my mistakes will be really evident to people if I don't have the color to cover them up. So clear glass is a tough one for me.
Name 2 people that taught or influenced your glass skills.
It would be really hard to start with 2 people. I would say I learned from a friend of mine named Levi Baird. He was a kid in Corvallis who learned from Jason Lee. He was blowing glass when he was like 15. I learned from him when I was probably 22 or 23. We worked for a couple months. But right there, Levi, Jason Lee, in a huge way, really, the guys from Corvallis. Ezra, Pedro, Marcel, Jason Lee, Clinton, and Chris Dawson, and Jamen. Those 7 guys right there, every one of them's influenced me in ways I can't even describe. Reaching out from there, Robert Mickelson, Scott Deppie, Lucio Babacco, Mylan Townsend, Paul Stankard. I've gotten so much inspiration from so many different glass blowers, I don't even know where to start.
Awesome. Is there any style or technique in glass that you would or will learn in the future?
Hard to say. I'm usually I keep my missions right in front of me, and I'm real comfortable just kind of making things simpler and simpler. I make lots of little bars and spikes and assemble them in different ways, communicate different images or ideas. So in the future, at this point, I like getting comfortable with just simply melting glass into little shapes and welding them together. I love seeing the sandblasted work and all the scientific work and the copper forming, all of that stuff I love to look at. To me, I'm just scared to even start in any other directions. I like keeping it real simple and basic.
Name 2 glass artists that impress you.
Again, like, really hard to start that list. Just the guys who I'd love to work with someday, and the guys who I was influenced by when I started. Nicholson, Lucio, Clinton, Roman, and big time. Bert Weimeyer.
What style or technique in glass amazed you when you first saw it?
Oh, definitely the color changing, fuming. Spins and rakes. The early snotty pieces, traveling around doing hippie festivals and stuff. And then right after that, it was pretty much the Inside Out, and Marcel, Jason, Pedro, Ezra, Chris Dawson, Clinton, all those guys were doing.
Worst injury you ever got making glass art?
Nothing major. My sanity suffered for sure. My world's right in front of my hands, and I definitely feel like I have a lot of kids. I have a big family. I'm working all the time, and probably my ability I've said this before, but I think my ability to see the big picture has suffered a little bit. My world's right here in front of me so many hours a day that maybe my mind's been injured by it.
What do you wish to accomplish in the glass industry?
I'd just like to see more and more people able to get a foothold in it. I'd like to see it expanding. It'd be great for our medium to reach wider acclaim. Definitely, I think most of us would agree we're learning to appreciate and enjoy our kind of underground nature. But at the same time, what we're doing brings joy to people. Ceremonial objects, people just love to look at glass. The more that glass expands out in the world, if I get to have part in that, that's whatever goal. Be able to feed my family and see other people feed their families, and raise their good kids.
How does a glass fan get to see or buy your work?
Pretty much word of mouth. Sometimes there's a show or a competition here or there that I'll have some pieces at. I basically work mostly on a custom basis.
Do you have a Facebook?
No.
You've got 3 minutes to tell the world whatever you want. Go for it.
I'd have a hard time filling that up. I think I just said everything I could think of.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing. Anybody who gets into it, stick with it. Almost everybody I've ever seen try glass has been able to do it. And people who've put a lot of energy into it have been able to do it really well. So it's inspiring. It's an American dream to be able to be in your own shop and be able to support your family and have food and the good things in life from your own creative efforts. It's really rewarding on a lot of levels, spiritually and just kind of more.
This is Hello Glass with another Real Glass Artist interview. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.